Look me up on Google, search the classics, you crazy bass. Hold me up and pull me down. It's a battle royale in the eye of the storm. Drowning in the shallows when the path is getting narrow. I'ma ride it out on this broken arrow. Fuck it. Hold me up.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Idiots. I'm here with my good friend Wes, aka Metro. What's up, Metro? How you doing today,
What's
buddy?
up, everyone? Unfiltered Idiots podcast. My name
Filtered
is
Idiots.
Wes, aka
I need to
Metro.
see merch, man.
Yeah, you have some.
I
You
know.
need to get some more.
I need to get some more. Yes.
I got oh yeah, man.
What
So,
about today? Yeah, what are we talking
you
about?
know, yeah, ladies and gents. So, first things first, we're gonna talk about. I know we hit this on our last podcast a little bit about the whole Elon salute, but that's because it had just happened literally like the evening before, and we didn't know that the next week and a half, whatever, right? Like we did another pod and we were like, Jesus, this is still like a thing.
Right.
And like part of that still it being a thing is like I guess CNN, MSNBC, liberal type media, whatever, still talking about it. But the main reason why it's still a thing, like I would tell anybody, is like, don't like I'll give this example. Don't hit your wife, beat your kid, whatever, 3 months ago, and then tell them, hey, we got to move past that. And you've shown that you're a better person.
It's
You said you're sorry,
so
but you keep hitting your wife and keep hitting your kids, and
yeah.
then telling everybody, hey, I know I just hit you 3 minutes ago, but you guys need to move past this. So
Well,
I'm putting the onus on Morley Elon Musk.
here's the thing, okay? We should be talking about that, right? I've seen so many people, and again, I've seen so many people try to downplay this. I've seen so many people say he was putting over the heart and he was doing this. Like that was a hell salute, right? Like let's just call it what it is. And you know what? These are the people that have the White House, Congress, Senate. Like just say what it is. You know what I mean? Like don't send me videos of Kamala or Obama doing the same thing. It's not the same thing, right? Like what he did is not the same thing. It's
Yeah.
dog whistle. It is a okay. Don't gaslight me. That's what I will
Yeah.
not. I will not accept being gaslit, right?
Like, guys, if somebody's at a podium, okay, so you can kind of see my hand here, and there's crowd people all over the place, and they go, hey, how you guys doing? Hey, how's it going? All right, all right. Don't still frame that and say, because like of
Yeah.
course I'm doing it right
Oh
now.
my God,
Like
well,
if
you know
if
what?
my friends, if I'm at a ski slope and I'm on the bottom part of the hill and
Right,
I see somebody yelling, hey Wes, where are you at? And I go, oh, right here, bro. But I
right.
don't go,
I I just don't
I'm right
understand.
here, guys.
I just don't
That's where I'm at.
understand how in the world we are even having this conversation
It's
today. Like,
cuckoo for
I
Cocoa
just don't
Puffs.
understand. They want us to like, okay, they want us like the people that are in the center to like maybe come on their side or maybe start thinking like they do, but then they go off and do something like that and then they gaslight us, right? Like
Yeah.
I can't get behind an organization or a political party that finds this exception okay, and then you're gonna start sending out stuff to try to make it right, which is not right. Like, you guys, if that's what you want to be, if that's what you want the United States to be, stop gaslighting me, stop gaslighting you, stop gaslighting the American people, and just come out and stop being pussies and say it.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking. That's
Yep.
all I'm asking. If that's who
Yep.
you want to be, and you'll talk about your cousin here in a little bit,
Yeah.
if that's who you want to be, then say that's what you want
Just say
to
it.
be,
Stand
right?
on fucking business.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what we've been trying to explain. Like, I tell people I don't think my views are something I'm not, I try to use analogies or metaphors or maybe I'm speaking figuratively in certain ways because I'm trying to draw in people to think like, oh geez, man, yeah, when you put it this way, again, whether it's an analogy, a metaphor, whatever, holy cow, that makes Joey's brain go, oh gosh, that makes Janie's brain go, oh geez, right? we're trying to get people to focus on the what's really being said and done, because there's so much, as you said, gaslighting, dog whistling, and all I tell people is like, dude, just stand on business, dude. Don't come over here wearing red shirt, khaki pants, red shoelaces in your shoelaces, a red hat, got tattoos on my neck that says like roll like 104th Street Crenshaw Mafia, like blood, whatever the fuck. Like if that's what you are, then just say, hey bro, I'm a 104th Street Crenshaw Mafia blood.
Right.
Cool. But don't tell me, well, you're committing this crime with all of the other gang members or the other white supremacists or black supremacists
Right.
or Christians or whatever, Muslims, whatever it is. Don't be in these crowds and then say, oh, we're just like, I'm just over there hanging out with those folks. Dude, you're wearing the outfit they're wearing. You're doing the same things they're doing. You're committing the same
Wes,
crimes with them.
Wes,
Dude, stand on business,
the
dog.
only thing that you said that perfectly. Stand on business. And that's going to be the freaking title of this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like for so many years, they've been hiding, but they've been not hiding. And it's like to the point where I'm just like, stand on business, y'all. If that's
Yeah.
what you want, then let's talk about it. Let's see, let's see what you have to say. But then again, I'll go on social media and I'm going back to what Elon did. And you have these mothers. There was a mother with her child, and they were doing the salute in the video.
Yeah.
In the video. And then what happens? 10 minutes later, an hour later, she's crying on social media that that's not what she meant, right? She's lost her job now. And again, I've always said it, and I've said it a million times on this podcast. These people will go to great lengths and lose it all for Donald Trump, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who you are. He's not trying
Because
to.
it's a cult. Because when I've convinced you that I am a representative of this magical guy in the sky that you believe in, I can get you to drink poison.
Right.
Okay, let's go Jonestown, guys and girls.
Dude,
I will get you to drink poison.
listen.
I will brand you with my initials on your ass.
If they were doing, and a perfect example, I didn't mean to cut
The
you off.
Nexium
Perfect
cult. No, I'm just saying, like,
example
it's cults.
is when he got shot, right?
Yes.
The most cringe thing is people were wearing like they
Yes.
literally drink the poison for this guy. They're willing to lose their jobs. And again, I've talked to a lot of my conservative friends, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this dude a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance this time. Like I gave him 0 chances last time. I'm gonna give him a chance, but then people aren't standing on business with him. Like if you're going to follow this guy, then we need to talk about it. Like you need to talk about where I belong, where you belong in this whole thing. And if I don't belong, then tell me that. Stand on business. Okay?
Exactly.
That's all I got to say about it.
Like if if you want to be like, this is an example I've given my cousins and different people. Like this shirt says Unfiltered Idiots. Okay. Let's say this shirt said I'm a wife beater, right? And I beat my wife. Okay. But I take this shirt off, still beat my wife, but then I tell people, hey, I'm not wearing the shirt. I say I'm no longer a wife beater, but my actions are that I'm a wife beater.
Right.
You better not call me a wife beater anymore, because I'm not wearing my little Sig Heil fucking suit. I'm not saying that I'm like a Nazi sympathizer. I'm just doing memes and making jokes about it. Did I ever apologize for it? Did I ever come out and say, oh my God, I'm a terrible person for beating my wife. I want to make changes. I didn't mean to hit her. I mean, whatever the statement could be. No, I made jokes about it. And I went on Facebook and
Right.
Twitter and making little memes about it.
You
Dude,
know,
come out and say, fuck the Nazis. I don't support the Nazis. I know my grandfather was a fucking Nazi sympathizer and believed in Adolf Hitler, which is a fact. Elon's own father has admitted that his grandfather was a big Nazi sympathizer and loved Adolf. He was part of the apartheid in fucking South Africa. So I mean, maybe the apple didn't fall far from the tree, guys. Just saying. But like we said, stand on business, dude. If you came out and said, I'm so sorry, I could have done this, pray hands. Thank you guys for getting Donald elected. I could have done this, little heart hands. I could have done, hey man, good job, guys. There's a lot of fucking things you could have done. A lot.
Yeah.
You could have went like I said, you could have been like, let's go,
Right.
woo, whatever.
Could
But
have
you
done that
went,
then.
slapped the chest, shot the hand straight across the field, then you turned around
And
and
did
did
it
it again.
Right.
We know a few hours earlier that the guy that you paid for to get elected, Donnie little Teflon Don, just released known Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, KKK members, neo-Nazi members, just pardon these people. A few of them are supposed to be doing life sentences for doing a coup against the United States of America. Not because they showed up to a rally. They had plans. They had a name for their operation. These people, we had undercover agents, inside of these garbage organizations. And guess what? We have all the evidence, text messages, emails, the whole nine. They planned to do an insurrection, 100%. And then now you go and tell them, let me salute to you. Let me salute. And dude, come on. Who slaps his chest? You could have slapped your chest and been like, let's go. Bro, like, we're all we love sports, Kenny and I. Like, dude, I've given multiple speeches. I've coached for many years. I've ran a team, like on a men's league, same thing. I have given speech after speech. I have done things like, we got to put here, blah, blah, like whatever it is. Never when I go, guys, my heart goes out to you.
Right.
Probably, I would say 70% of the people I play with are minorities. You know what I mean? Like Mexican, black folk, like, dog, if I did this, my heart goes out. They'd be like, yo, whoa, what the fuck? Immediately.
Right.
And if I turned in the group and did it again, they'd be like, Wes, whoa, 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 whoa.
Right.
Like, don't tell me that's not what you're doing.
Well,
You just released a bunch of them. Now you're like,
well, to your point too, there was a person that was released recently,
yeah,
and got into some issues with the police
yeah,
and was killed.
a little pew pew
I'm
problem.
just like, I don't even know what kind of world I'm living in right now, but like the Proud Boys have been released, the insurrectionists have been released, and what kind of message does that send, right? Like, I think that I was
It
watching,
sends this message.
yeah,
It sends this one.
I was watching something the other day, I can't remember, a couple days ago, and essentially, you know, the people that they're rounding up in terms of the immigrants, they're here illegally, right? And they're trying to justify that as being illegal. They're committing a crime because one of the reporters in the White House was like, "Hey, like, are the people that you've rounded up, are they criminals, right? Are they, have they committed crimes, horrendous crimes?" And she's like, "No, they haven't, but." They're classified in this administration as criminals because they're here illegally. And I was like, that's not really what the president said. He basically said he would go out and round up all of the most vicious criminals that are here illegally and then go from there. But what they're doing is they're going into communities and rounding up everyone, right? So she did say this, Wes, and it's such a Trump thing to say. Two things can be right at the same time, right? And it's just unbelievable. When she said that, I smiled because I'm like, stand on business.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Just do what you're gonna say and like stop tricking your slow freaking supporters, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And just stand on business and do what you're gonna say.
You gotta stop trying to cloak it.
You have priority to wrangle up every illegal immigrant in the United States. Why can't you just say that? Like, why can't you just say that?
Yeah.
That's where I get passionate about it.
Stop trying to cloak it and other shit.
Yeah, there's always like this whole, oh, this is what we meant. Oh, but that's not what we meant when we said this 50,000 times, right? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, if this is what you want to be, then be it. That's all.
Well, like we've been explaining, even with like the whole fire stuff, right? The moment they see like a crack, like they're like, oh, can we blame DEI on it? Can we blame DEI, DEI, DEI? Understand, guys, like this is where the racial, right? racial, homophobic, misogynistic, xenophobic, you name it. This is where they're just trying to find a crack. And once they get in there, they want to stick their whole foot in there, shove open the door, and be like, "Oh no, what?" Like we said, stand on business. What you meant was, you want this to be a white Christian nationalist country.
Right.
Elon, just like was it yesterday? I think maybe it's 2 days ago now, but yesterday was when it all released. Spoke in front of
Yeah.
a well-known, they won't call themselves neo-Nazi group in Germany because being a Nazi has been outlawed because Germany realized, like, holy shit, we have to try to disavow these kind of people. So they do like what people do here. Like many of the Proud Boys and all that, like those kind of folks, if they're on camera, they're not going to say they're a Nazi, right? Because they know that has a bad connotation. So these cats, well, again, they're a far right, German, nationalist group, and the reality is they're full blown neo Nazis.
Right.
And Elon went and spoke in front of their group, like on a big old huge screen, like he was piped in or whatever on a big huge screen, and it was just like, dude, so now you're like, and like in that he's saying like, oh, you should be proud of your German heritage. We need to bring
Here's
it
the
back
thing
to
with that, right?
Yeah.
The same thing. Be
Yes.
proud of your heritage, blah, blah, blah. You're not a racist group. You just are proud of who you are.
Yeah. And I want to bring Germany back to where, like, how it was and this and that. It's like,
dude, just say it.
just say it. Like, guys, let us play this video for you real quick so you can see it, what he says, and then we'll explain the dog whistle. So we'll play that for you guys right now real quick.
Very excited for the AfD.
Tonight, growing criticism over a virtual appearance by Elon Musk. Musk beaming into a campaign event this weekend for Germany's far-right party known as the AfD. But it's this apparent reference to Nazi Germany's history that is drawing attention.
I think there's, frankly, too much of a focus on past guilt, and we need to move beyond that. Children should not be guilty of the sins of their parents.
His comments quick to receive backlash. The chair of Yad Vashem, Israel's memorial to Holocaust victims, calling it an insult to the victims of Nazism and a clear danger to the democratic future of Germany. The remarks coming less than a week after Musk posted a series of Nazi-related puns online in response to criticism over this gesture he made at an inauguration event, which some have interpreted as a Nazi salute. The Anti-Defamation League appearing to initially defend Musk, saying he made an awkward gesture, not a Nazi salute, but later called out his series of Nazi jokes, saying they only serve to minimize the evil and inhumanity of Nazi crimes. Musk describing what he did as moving his hand from my heart to the audience. NBC News reached out to the White House for comment, but did not hear back. Musk, who has already played a key role in President Trump's administration, has appeared to support and endorse far-right parties across Europe, like Germany's AfD. In 2017, the AfD adopted a 2017 election manifesto, which included a section on why Islam does not belong to Germany. Musk has also spoken out in support of the UK's Reform Party, which helped initiate the Brexit campaign, and said this about Italy's far-right prime minister.
Giorgia Meloni is someone that I admire.
Meanwhile, some MAGA allies, like Steve Bannon, have chided Musk over his criticism this week of an AI tech announcement at the White House in support of visas for high-skilled foreign workers.
And Vaughn is joining us here in Washington. Vaughn, President Trump hasn't spoken directly about Musk addressing that German party, but he still seems to be backing him.
Right, Hallie. Even just last night aboard Air Force One, President Trump reiterated that Musk will have an office at the White House complex leading DOGE, that unit intended to cut government costs. So as of right now, Elon Musk isn't going anywhere.
All right, now that you guys have saw that video, like we said, there's going to be people out there going to say, oh my God, you're just going to be proud of your German heritage. These are dog whistles to, like I said, if I'm speaking in front of a black supremacist group, and I just went on stage after getting a guy elected who just released all of these black Israelites who committed major crimes, and I went on the stage and deliberately did this, knowing that like this is the symbol, and we didn't like, and then I tell you we need to bring like the true uh uh, gosh, I'm trying to think of like there are ways that they say this, but like the true descendants of Jesus, right? Because the Black Israelites are a Black supremacist group who believe that they're the real Jews, that they're the real descendants of Jesus. So if I say, be proud of your true heritage, like these are ways to say things without saying it. And what we're saying, guys, is like, and girls, is stand on business, Elon. Just say, yeah, man, I want this to be a white Christian country. I think white Christian nationalism is awesome. And everybody who's not a white Christian, and probably white Christian and male and straight, we don't want you here. That's what you guys are trying to say.
Right.
And like their whole crowd, as you guys saw, erupted and was like,
Yeah, but
woo!
so
You
know
know,
what's so funny? I've talked a little bit about this on previous podcasts, but like literally, I can probably I feel comfortable saying this. Those guys that are talking about like gay rights and all these other things and this and that and just really just honed in on it, right? Are in those gay dudes' DMs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, right? Like, I understand.
and they're
It's
not just in the DMs, they're getting DM'd. You know what
they
I'm saying?
yeah, like
They're getting the
I
D in
get
the
it.
mouth.
You're not comfortable. You were raised a certain way. You were this and that or whatever. You don't think that you're gonna be accepted. I just think that it's funny to me. It's really funny. And
Well, like I said, they're also getting the DM in the mouth. You know what I mean? So the D in the mouth. If you guys can connect that so that YouTube doesn't tell me I'm making sense. So I'll tell you guys a quick thing that happened yesterday. Cousin that I love dearly. I grew up with the kid. Him and his brother, goody little two-shoe Christian boys their whole life, had good mom and dad. They were poor like me, but they had a really good mom and dad who were peaceful, sweet, kind, giving them love, yada yada yada. Never in a million world. They were never getting in trouble. They were always the good kids. I've been very clear about my past. Like I had bad parents. Was removed out of my home. Halfway through my 7th grade year, the beginning of January, by the police. Like came to my school, yada yada yada. That led to me getting a decent amount of trouble as a teen. Nothing felony, things like that. But like now, I bring this up to say this because now these two, who I again love dearly, and we had this convo, and he's actually thinking about coming on the pod, and I'd be more than happy to have him on here, because deep down I know that him and his brother are actually like they're good. They're in their souls. They got loving hearts, but this cult has broke their brain. Yesterday we were trying to talk about different topics and said, hey, let's talk about it. Let's see what we can talk about, what we can agree on. Right? We both agreed pretty much on term limits, those types of things. And these are the things we tell you guys about, trying to find some commonality. But then we got on subjects such as like what we were talking about today. Well, and I told him, just stand on business, say what you want to say. Flat out said, I think this should be a white Christian nation. He has a Colombian wife. I mean, guys, this is the kind of silliness, right? That is nutty. That obviously continued much longer. I'm giving you the very cliff notes of it, but it's like we've already discussed this in the pod for the last 10 15 minutes, that this is really what we're just saying. Like, just say that that's what you want. We talked about wages, yada yada yada, right? He thinks it's nutty to have a minimum wage at all, let alone our views where we want like a
why
percentage
though?
based.
But why though? What's his
Because he wants when it comes to that world, he's like
so
economically
it's okay to give someone $2 an hour in his
that's
opinion?
what, yes. And like he thinks that like if you agree to work for that, then that's on you. And he wants like no restrictions. He thinks billionaires are great, that they're not the ones causing any of our problems.
Well, we
Yada.
tried that. We tried that. That's why
Yes,
we
it's
labor
called the
law.
Wild Wild West. That's why
Like,
we had enslaved people.
yeah,
Like
like
we had child labor at one point, ladies and gents. This is what we're trying to tell you. And I explained this to him. I go, so where is their line? Can they have, like, again, enslaved humans? Can they have child labor? Can they, I mean, where's the line? He goes, oh, no, of course not. No. But dude, that's like, this is why we have labor laws, because these wealthy elites that he seems to think are just these all inspiring great people, unless they're George Soros or somebody that doesn't love Trump, all of a sudden then they're evil and they're a leftist who has diseases.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever asked your cousin what Donald Trump has done for him personally?
Yeah, that's my point. They don't have an answer because
So
he's
what's
not
the
doing
draw
anything.
then, Wes? Is it a draw to be what they want to be is racist? Is it a
Yeah,
draw to be
it's this,
they want to
and
be an all
they
white?
want their book, like Lauren Boebert said. And
So,
on Congress, Lauren said it on the Congress floor. She thinks that the church should be,
my God.
what she say that the Christian church
Yeah,
should be the one instructing the government.
right.
That's Russia, guys. That's
So,
Hungary.
so let me ask you a question. Because I'm intrigued, right? Like, we're doing this podcast and everyone is welcome here. Everyone, no matter
Yeah.
what views you have, I yourself will not take it personal. I won't take it personal, but
Yeah,
I
of course
really
not.
want to speak to your cousin because I want him to come on this podcast and say that,
Yeah.
right? Because he said it to you. He said it to you. Like, come on and tell the people what MAGA's thinking because I feel
Yeah.
like they're all intertwined, right? They mostly think the same. So
Yeah, and
why not get his message out? Why not just say it?
I'll tell you guys, one of my clients who, like, again, her and I get along really well. Her and her husband voted for Trump. They were but she was at one point in time not going to vote at all, like, or at least for the president. She was going to vote for everything else.
Mhm.
But I told her this yesterday, because yesterday we did a massage. Today she did training at noon today, and I I was just telling her why I was doing some neck reflexology on her and stuff. Um, that my cousin, I was just kind of telling her, like, this is what he said. And she even was like, oh, that's insane. She goes, that's crazy. She's like, I'm pro immigration. She thinks what the Democrats tried to do to put a bunch of judges on the border. She's like, yeah, why are we doing that? She loved my idea of, like, why not have a judge with a polygraph specialist right there and have every kind of language that we know of on earth recorded with these 5 questions, and we polygraph whoever comes here with questions like, are you really seeking asylum? Something like that. Are you part of any kind of drug criminal outfit? Yada, yada, yada. And are you going to come here and abide by the laws of the land? And if they feel these types of questions, we just simply we photograph them, fingerprint them, turn around and go, sorry, you failed that you're like a gang member. Like, and she goes, that's a great idea. Why don't we do that? Because they don't want to fix the problem because the billionaires want this cheap labor. The farmers act like we're all about free, like just like my cousin. We're all libertarian and we're all about freedom here. No, dude, you want to employ somebody who's undocumented. Why? Because that's about as fucking close as you're going to ever get to having an enslaved human again. What are they going to say? No matter where they're from, whether they're from Haiti, Mexico, Australia, whatever, if they're undocumented and they go, you know what, boss man, you're working me too hard. Well, that boss man's going to go, oh, really? Am I Hector? Am I Christiante Yanti from like Eastern Europe? Oh, really? I'll call ICE on your ass, motherfucker. And your ass will be deported. So guess what that motherfucker's going to get back to doing? Working like a dog in the fucking fields picking strawberries.
Probably for less wages than that person was making initially. It's
Yes.
like it's going back to a dark
It
place
is
in our history.
this close to getting back to slavery.
Yeah, it's like toes on the line.
Yeah.
We're gonna push it, as far as we can. But anyways, we can go on and on about this, but we got to wrap this episode up.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
guys,
I'm burned
if you
out.
want to conversate with us, like no problem. Like I have no ill will. Like I am every part of the spectrum.
Stand
Right?
on business.
On business.
Stand on business.
You guys don't forget to like and subscribe, all of that stuff
Yeah.
on our social media platforms, Unfiltered Idiots Podcast. We love you guys. It's getting kind of crazy out there. We're gonna keep pumping out this content. But take care and stay safe out there, guys.
And stand on business. Peace.